In this video, I'll be showing you how to use on-screen buttons, clickable buttons, in your projects. I just added in some base code here. I made a variable attached to an ellipse. I put in a rectangle for my actual clickable button, and I just put some text in there. So if you want to pause this video right now, you can add in your own version of this. And now I'm going to start showing you how to actually make this button on our screen a clickable button that will control something. So this is my button right here. And you'll see that if I start typing in my first conditional statement, this is basically 3 conditional statements all nested in together. The computer doesn't really like that. I can't even see where my button is. So I'm going to add in some slashes. This is called commenting out code. You've probably heard me talk about it before. I'm going to add those in so that the computer isn't reading what I'm writing, so it doesn't get confused about what's going on. So we're going to start at this top line. If, in parentheses, mouse capital X, and I'm going to say if it's greater than wherever the left line of my button is, in this case it's 450, then I'm going to put 2 and signs, and mouse X is less than whatever the right boundary of my button is. So in this case it's 550. So this means if my mouse is hovering between the left and the right side of my button, then I need to do the top and the bottom. So I'm going to use mouse Y for that. So I'm going to go if, in parentheses, mouse Y is greater than whatever the top line is, which is 100 in this case, and 2 and signs, mouse capital Y is less than whatever the lowest or the highest number is, so 150, and make sure that you're ending each one of these lines with an opening curly bracket and then closing it out at the bottom. And then I'm going to say if mouse capital I is capital P pressed, and then another curly bracket that I need to make sure I close out. Remember to close up these sandwiches. Now I'm going to tell it in this line what I want to happen. You can add multiple commands in here, but in this case, I'm just going to make it so that our ball actually moves when I click this button. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of all of these comments that I put in front, and I like to just press the pretty button, making sure that I have semicolons at the end of each of my lines just to make sure that they're all lined up. You can see there's a very light gray line that matches up from the if down to the closing curly bracket that it's attached to. I can also press that little button on the side just to make sure it's all attached. And now when I click my start button, my circle is moving. Anytime that I stop clicking it, it stops moving. So this could be a fun base for a game that you're making. Buttons are also really useful in a Paint app project that I'm going to be showing you later on, or really useful in game screens when you want to have a play button or you want to have a try again button.